All right, everybody, if we could get our seats and get started. All right, don't make me use this gavel. I will use it. Let's be quiet. All right. Well, welcome everyone to Class Night 2022. I have been waiting for 3 years to sit in that chair. Oh, how I've missed it. For those of you who are new to SBS, within the last 2 years, Class Night is the penultimate event before graduation tomorrow. A time to recognize some of the amazing work that has happened this year, and the last time we will all be together before scattering for the summer. The majority return in the fall, but others, particularly our seniors, to new adventures in different locations. But this has been our year together, this year. This mix of people has formed Stony Brook this year, and there has never been a year exactly like it, and there will never be a year exactly like it again. Because each of you brought what only you can bring, which is yourself, with your gifts, your personality, and your choices. They combined with others in a way that produced a unique reaction, like a chemical reaction. Results are created, and whether it was through friction or through harmony, we have accomplished what we have accomplished this year because of each other and not in spite of each other. And that's the way community works. This year had its joys, a return to the traditions that make Stony Brook, Stony Brook. Dinners together, class challenges, an in-person play, the Driven Retreat, full athletic schedules, class night, just seeing each other smile. Things we used to take for granted now appreciated and enjoyed in a new way. We reached new heights as a school with our first PSAA championship in girls lacrosse, our first baseball appearance in the state finals, and the first time we will be going to nationals in sailing. Robotics went to Worlds. Robotics went to Worlds. We ate more chicken thighs than any other high school in America. College admissions achieved record levels of enrollment in top colleges, and we had more students here this year than in any other year in our school's history at this, our 100th year. But we also experienced tragedy together. Losing a beloved classmate tested our resolve and challenged us to support each other and learn lessons that only grief can teach. I saw you draw closer together through suffering and become more mature, more whole people. This is the kind of growth you never asked for, but it provides a depth that produces a lifetime of good fruit. If you haven't figured it out already, life is full of rapture and rupture, joy and pain. When I first started in the business of leading schools 17 years ago, people would congratulate me on finishing a school year. And I would think, why are you congratulating me? This is just what happens. I don't say that anymore. What you did this year was a big deal. You fulfilled a complex set of requirements and are taking another step in your journey, as our moving up exercises will symbolize. That is worth celebrating. And so we do that tonight. There are no more tests to take, no papers to hand in, no games to play, unless you're in sailing, of course. It's finished. Breathe and enjoy and cheer with all of your heart for those being honored tonight. Whether you receive an award tonight or not, what I want you to know is that we love you and we are very grateful to have spent this year with you. Well, speaking of people we're grateful for, our parents, many of whom are here tonight, helped make this school year the special year that it was. From organizing bake sales to chaperoning trips to hosting special luncheons for teachers, we thank you for your service. I would like to recognize our parent group, SBS Parents, and their leader over the last 4 years, Linda Reuter. Linda, would you please come up here and receive a gift? I'd also like to recognize the members of the executive committee from SBS Parents. Nicole Willman served as our vice president, Devin Finnemore was our secretary, our treasurer was Wei Jiao, and our class parent director was Nancy Cipitelli. How about a big hand for these folks? Well, nothing would be accomplished at Stony Brook, and nothing would be possible without the tremendous dedication of the faculty, staff, and administrators whose professional skills, love for young people, and resonance with our school's mission make the Stony Brook School such a special place. Would all faculty members, staff, and administrators please stand so that we can recognize you? Well, now we begin our formal presentation of awards, and we'll begin with faculty and staff anniversaries. Stony Brook School is a place where people come and they plow for a long time in one direction, and we're very grateful for that. So we will be celebrating some of the round year anniversaries here. I don't know if you call 5 round, but it rounds well. So 5 years, we have the following people, if they would stand, if they are in the building right now. Kara Hoffer, Greg Singelman, and Stephen Stortz, celebrating their 5-year anniversaries of Stony Brook. "10 years, Anna McDonald. 15-year anniversaries, Bruce Jeffrey, Kelly Martin, Sean Riley, Molly Steierman. Bruce, make sure you take a selfie to mark the education. All right. Each year we hand out 4 major faculty awards. Our administrative staff gathers to discuss these, teachers weigh in, and we come up with the recipients each year. It's always a tough decision to make because of the quality of educators that we have here at the Stony Brook School. But I have the privilege of awarding our 4 major faculty awards. I begin with the first one, which is the Esposito Thorsten Memorial Fund. This cash award, endowed by the Esposito and Thorsten families, recognizes a faculty member who challenged students to reach their potential. This year's recipient is Ann Bingham. Come on. The Carl E. Soderstrom Faculty Award. This annual award is presented in recognition of commitment to community life and dedication to mentoring and nurturing students beyond the classroom. This year's award recipient is Anna McDonald. The Don Med Gabeline Faculty Award. This annual award is presented in recognition of outstanding commitment and dedication to curriculum development programs which integrate faith and learning. This year's recipient is Tim Byrne. Last award, the D. Bruce Lockerbie Faculty Award for Excellence in Scholarship and Teaching. The purpose of this endowed award, donated by the family and friends of D. Bruce Lockerbie, is to encourage excellence in scholarship, teaching, and Christian school leadership. The recipient is one who demonstrates intellectual and scholarly interests within and outside of one's field, has the esteem of colleagues and students for the use of one's teaching gifts, and has a concern for the historic and current development of Christian education for the school and for the school's contributing role in that development. This year's recipient is Danielle Davey. I'll now turn it over to Assistant Head of School Will Lingle, who will lead the rest of this night's festivities.
Thank you, Mr. Crane. Well, good evening. For those of you who don't know me, I am Will Lingle, the Assistant Head of School here at the Stony Brook School. While this is my third year working here at SBS, this is actually my first time attending an in-person class night ceremony. The first 2 years had been, we had to be remote or hybrid versions of the ceremony due to the pandemic. And I'm grateful that we're all able to gather together tonight to celebrate the many successes of our students. As you may or may not know, for most of the year, I've been telling puns at each Wednesday night dinner. Whether you've appreciated these jokes or not, I'd like to send you off with a few bonus jokes to end the school year. So, between each presenter this evening, I'll be telling another dad joke for your enjoyment. Got a question for you. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? He was outstanding in his field. I'll be honest, I came out of the gate a little hot with that one. Don't set the bar too high. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Eric Johnson and Mr. David Hickey, who will be conducting the initiation of the 2022 chapter of the Cum Laude Society.
Well, today marks the 93rd anniversary of the Stony Brook School's membership in the Cum Laude Society. The Cum Laude Society permits each chapter to elect as members up to 20% of the students in the senior class who have demonstrated academic excellence. However, scholastic achievement alone is not sufficient to gain election to the society. Its motto is made up of 3 Greek words, arete, Dike, and Time, whose translation denotes not only superior scholarship, but also moral excellence, as well as justice, dignity, honor, and a sense of personal growth.
Earlier this week, the chapter conferred honor certificates to Stony Brook underclassmen of outstanding academic achievement, recognizing the top 20% of each class, as determined by their academic record from this year's first and second trimesters. In some classes, we will recognize more than 20% in order to accommodate ties. We will now recognize the honorees whose names are printed in tonight's program. I invite you, our assembled guests, to join me in applauding these honorees as each group of honorees stands by class. Would the 7th grade honorees please stand? You may be seated, 7th graders. Would the 8th grade honorees please stand? There was one omission from the 9th grade in our program, which should include Rua Ray Shu. Would the 9th grade honorees please stand? Thank you, freshmen. Would the 10th grade honorees please stand? Thank you, sophomores. And would the 11th grade honorees please stand? Thank you, juniors.
We will now recognize the seniors who have been inducted into the Cum Laude Society. Senior inductees, please stand. The distinguished record you have made at the Stony Brook School has won for you membership in the Cum Laude Society. This society is a fellowship of scholars whose purpose is to recognize excellence in academic work and in character. As you pursue further education, it is our hope that you will accept the honor of membership in this society as an obligation to make some contribution to our ongoing search for greater understanding of our human responsibility to ourselves, to each other, and to God. Please come forward. The Secretary of the Chapter will now present the new members of the Cum Laude Society to the Stony Brook School chapter of the Society, and I would invite faculty and alumni members of the chapter to please stand. Also, please hold your applause until the new members have been presented to the chapter and to the entire assembly.
Tiffany Akinuade, the University of Chicago. Ogenerukawe Alade, Northwestern University. Sophia Maria Arascu, Villanova University. Laura Christiane Carey, Liberty University. Chung Yixuan, C.C. Chung, Williams College. Wenjeng Jimmy Hu, Washington University in St. Louis. Shao Sam Huang, the University of California, Berkeley. Kaidi Oscar Kang, University of Southern California. Clement Ijan Leung, Emory University. Faith Josette Liberator, the George Washington University. Lily Marie Middlecoff, the George Washington University. And Sarah Nikitu, Dartmouth College. Jackson Edward Petrosky, Emory University. Joseph B. Spreckles, Liberty University. Kailun Yvonne Wang, the University of Southern California. And Tiger Jack Winston, Eastern University. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 inducted members of the Cum Laude Society. This concludes the recognition ceremony of the Stony Brook chapter of the Cum Laude Society.
What do you call an academically successful loaf of bread? An honor roll. Our academic dean, Mr. Stan Winston, will now be presenting the major academic awards.
Good evening. In this part of our class night ceremony, we take time to honor the students that have achieved the highest level of academic achievement at the Stony Brook School. But before we recognize them, I'd like to quickly address family, friends, and faculty. Those of you right here tonight that have invested much in each of these students in so many ways. thank you, thank you, thank you. You know that at times this road has been long and the struggle very real for these students as they have striven to do their best. All of you, in some way or another, have played a part in encouraging, supporting, and helping these students make good decisions and do what was necessary to achieve the level of success that they have attained. That help, that support is no small thing. And for that, again, I'm sure the students at Stony Brook, thank you. It's always important to celebrate accomplishments, but I think it is especially important to do so during times when external events continuously bombard us to the point of numbness, where often all we can do, where all we can seemingly do, is focus on how to survive another day. Kind of has felt like that these past few years. And so, as I stand here and look out at this student body, I can't help but marvel at how they have not only weathered the storm which has been raging, but also have embraced the disciplines and rigors that a Stony Brook education requires of them. Students, I applaud all of you for your achievements, and they are many. In fact, if you hold up the booklet, pamphlet, bulletin, whatever it's called, that you have in your hands, you will find 14 pages of academic, athletic, and student life awards that I am not going to read this evening. The achievements are many. So let's now get started in recognizing those students who've won the major academic awards. And we start first of all with the salutatorian. This year's salutatorian is Jimmy Who. Actually, hey, Jimmy. Jimmy. Yeah, come on up. Life is one of these things, you have to take advantage of these photo ops, and you can't just have a salutatorian or just have a valedictorian. They go together. This year's valedictorian, Ann Sarah Nikitu. Well done, both of you. The Major Bible Award is given to the strongest student in Bible over the entirety of their time at the Stony Brook School. This year's winner, Tiffany Akinyoade. Major English Award is the award given to the strongest student in English over the entirety of their time here at the Stony Brook School. This year's winner, Faith Liberator. We have 3 major world language awards, one in Spanish, one in Latin, and one in Chinese. Each one is given to the strongest student in that language over the entirety, level 1, 2, 3, 4, college level AP, depending on what it is, during their time at the Stony Brook School. This year's Spanish Award, Clement Leung. The major Latin award this year goes to Nathan Kodua. And the last of the language awards, the Chinese award this year goes to Inwang Chun. The Major History Award is the award given to the strongest student in history over the entirety of their time at the Stony Brook School. This year's award goes to Jimmy Hu. The Major Math Award is the award given to the strongest student in math over the entirety of their time at the Stony Brook School, and this year's award goes to Cece Chung. The Major Science Award is the award given to the strongest student in science over their entirety at the Stony Brook School. This year's award goes to Sarah Nikitu. The Major STEM Award is the Chow STEM Award. The Chow Technology Award is provided each year by Chin Chuang Chow, class of '89, and Jonathan Chow, class of '89, to a girl and or boy in the senior class in recognition of outstanding performance in STEM and a desire to continue their education and pursue a degree in the area of computer science, computer engineering, or information technology. The monetary award is given to offset college expenses. This year's male STEM award goes to Cole Spear. And the female STEM award goes to Sarah Nikitu. The Major Visual Arts Award is an award given to the strongest student in visual arts over the entirety of their time at the Stony Brook School. This year's winner is Katrina Dang. And the Major Performing Arts Award is the award given to the strongest student in performing arts over the entirety of their time at the Stony Brook School. This year's winner is Nicholas Knupp. And now for another joke.
Where do surfers go for their education? Boarding school. For the next part of our program, the Centennial Prefect Board has put together a video recap of the 2021 through 2022 school year. So please turn your eyes to the screen.
Hey Stony Brook, it is crazy to think that we're at the end of the 2021 to 2022 school year. I know many of you are thrilled to be moving into summer break, and before we close out this year, the Prefect Board wanted to take a quick moment to recap all the amazing things you did this year. As you know, the theme that we chose to focus on this year was centered on answering the question of what we mean by character when we say character before career. Countless times at SBS we hear that phrase, character before career. This motto has guided our school for 100 years now and is the bedrock of everything we do here. Our goal was not just to talk about character, but to see it put into action here on campus, and this student body really stepped up to that bar. Each month we have focused on a different fruit of the Spirit to help us answer this question. In the fall we looked at kindness, goodness, and faithfulness. In the winter we looked at joy, self-control, love, and gentleness. In the spring we just looked at the fruit of the Spirit of patience. And now our last fruit of the Spirit for the month of May, which we will leave you all with as we depart this year, is the fruit of the Spirit of peace. When we think of peace, we probably think of something associated with quietness and rest and harmony. In the Bible, it is used to know peace of mind and soul. While not everything will always be easy in life, there is a peace that comes from God that allows one to rest in Him and to take refuge in Him, even despite difficult circumstances. The Greek word for peace literally means to join or to tie a whole or something's entirety together. Peace is what brings wholeness to a person's character. As we end this year, I encourage you all to seek peace through trust and faith in God, so that He may use that to bring wholeness to your life. This word in biblical times was also used as a goodbye term. The Jewish people would wish each other peace whenever they parted. So with that, this year's Prefect Board wishes you all peace as we end this 2021 to 2022 school year. Let's take a glimpse at what we did this year.
I would start with remembering Jaden Stroman in a pajama footy outfit with dog ears. That really stuck out to me, and I remember that throughout the year. But moving on from that, I'd actually say this year has really been about, for me, God's faithfulness. Faithfulness to the school, coming out of challenges of last year with COVID, and just seeing how God brought so many great people here to this campus, both in student body and faculty. It's just been a really good year in so many ways. Hard year, it's been a hard year at times, but it's been a good year. And I've seen God's faithfulness throughout the whole year. And I'm very grateful for that, and grateful to have been with you all.
I really loved when at the end of everything we got to perform our last show without masks, because everyone's like full potential was really like out there, and it was just really exciting to be able to have that celebratory moment all together as a cast, because we'd grown so close and everything, so it was very special.
One of the things that I always love about TAS is the cast and the bond that we create throughout the year while we're working on the show. And I remember in particular one of the nights where we were getting ready for the show, we all went out, we got food, and we were all having a great time, having fun and just laughing. And that sort of bond that we create as a cast, to me, is one of the most special parts of getting involved in TAS.
I'd have to say my favorite memory is when we were collecting we were making the granny cart for the props. We had to collect sticks, so we went outside, and there was this tree right outside of Carson. So I said, "Oh, why not?" And so I grabbed the branch, and I just keep pulling at it until it yanks off. And then Emily and Hannah are just looking at me like. And so now every time I pass the tree, I still see where I broke it off. So it's just fun.
My favorite event this year was definitely TIS.
One of my favorite memories was definitely the whole TAS season where I spent in green room.
My favorite thing would probably be the bus ride up there and the bus ride back, because everyone's just together and listening to music, and it's just a lot of fun.
Favorite memory of this year was the Driven Retreat. It was my first time going in my 3 years here, and it was amazing. I made a lot of memories there. I wish I could stay there for longer. It was like fantastic.
Favorite event or memory? I think maybe my favorite one was the first class challenges, because it was the first event where the whole school community was back together. Even because of restrictions and everybody was online, so I remember like even some faculty members getting teary-eyed thinking about it. So that was a really special night.
Absolutely class challenges, because the 9th grade class rules.
When I heard that the junior class had beat the seniors, we were shocked! Oh my god! You mean to tell me the junior class beat King Kwame? That was
My favorite event shall be like the first class challenge. Like every class unite together and play games. We celebrate. It was a really, really fun time. Like I really enjoy spending time with my friends and a lot. Yeah.
One of my favorite memories is doing the class challenge in the beginning of the year, because I was able to bond a lot of new relationships through that event.
One of my favorite events would probably be class challenge, because that's a time when I feel united with my classmates and also other students around the campus. And yeah, I had a lot of fun that day, so I'm really looking forward for the next class challenge.
I'd say the International Festival is one of the most shining part of International Council this year, aside from the difficult year we've been through. And I'm very excited to see after COVID, we are able to see all the brilliant performances from various cultures, especially all the K-pop singers. I just think everyone in the community enjoyed it a lot, and I'm very glad all the council members paid a lot of efforts into it to make it happen.
My favorite event from this year was probably the International Festival.
I think the Lunar New Year Spring Gala Festival and the fireworks in general, it was a combined effort of ASU and UB Council and just a bunch of other people. It was through a lot of hard work and planning. We've planned it for months. I'm really glad it turned out to be really well. I'm really glad students got to enjoy the fireworks and the performances that were done by students around the campus and from a variety of backgrounds from different cultures and different Asian countries. So we were really glad that people spent their time to practice and got out to perform to the whole community of SBS, and we're really excited for next year as well.
My favorite part of homecoming was the block party with food trucks and lights on Hollis patio. It was really fun seeing everyone come back to campus and have fun and learn about the school today and see students and alumni interacting. And seniors, homecoming this year is October 7th through 9th, so we hope you come back home to the Brook.
I thought that the Color Run was a really great experience because everyone got to have fun by being playful and, having some color thrown at your face. But at the same time, it was really great because we were also raising money for Team C's, which is like an organization that gets a lot of money, and so each pound of waste they pick up is $1 that is donated. So I thought it was a really great experience.
I really enjoy the teaching in the classroom to my students, and I also enjoy the life at the dorm, sharing with them.
My favorite memory is starting back up the family dinners.
Chapel Talk, where a comedian came and talked. It was phenomenal. Loved it.
My favorite memory would probably be the time I spent with my Monroe guys, because this is my first time study abroad and live with other guys from all over the world, and it was such a wonderful experience to live with them this year.
Probably when we didn't have to wear masks anymore. That was a great relief for everybody, and it was good to see people smile again.
So I would say, if I had to pick one word about this year, it would be the word resilience. I think this student body is incredibly resilient. With all that has happened over the past 2.5 years, to see the joy and the excitement this year, despite facing so many obstacles, I just am amazed daily by our student body. And I think one thing that I really am so grateful for this year is the work of Morgan and the entire school body in getting the workshop program up and going again. And for me, a highlight of the year was sitting through the interviews for workshop captain and hearing how much workshop meant to the students who were interested in stepping into leadership, because it meant they were getting a classroom ready for a class the next day, or they were getting a table ready for dinner that night, even if they weren't eating. And just to see the ownership and the real joy that came from serving others. For me, I'll remember this for a long, long time.
This year was exciting.
Tough.
Better.
One word.
Yes.
Madness.
Fire.
Aspirational. Positive. Amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing. Poggers.
Fun. Fun. Restoring.
Good. Good. Hectic.
Beer. Adventurous.
Great.
Redemption.
Eventful.
Fulfilling. Intriguing.
Interesting. Interesting.
Epic.
Wild.
Yeah, this year I have lots of great memories of working with seniors, both in college counseling and in my English class. So I'll say goodbye, especially thank you, my English section. It's been great.
What are the boys? The boys.
The boys.
The people.
Mr. Byrne.
Seeing all my friends. Yeah.
I think the thing I'm going to miss most about Stony Brook is all of the people and the mentorship from the teachers and the relationships that I've built over the time here.
The community, so like the teachers and the friends I've made.
I think just my friends, the people here, genuine people.
The friendships I built, the connections I've built with teachers and students, just the entire community in general, really.
What are you going to miss most about Stony Brook?
Inwalk. You, Bobby.
What do you call an award-winning potato snack? A championship. I would now like to introduce our athletic director, Mr. Dan Hickey, to present our athletic awards.
It is so hot up here. And these are not breathable. I need you to know that. For 100 years now, Stony Brook athletes have worn the blue and white and tested their skill and courage in interscholastic competition. Yet even after a century of outstanding achievement, this year saw numerous historic moments. Now, some of these were mentioned by my esteemed colleague, Mr. Crane, but they bear repeating. Our rowing team, in their first years of program, will send individuals to nationals. The girls lacrosse team won the first championship in their history with an undefeated league title. Take that, Portledge. The baseball team went to the state title game for the first time, becoming just the second team in school history to achieve that feat. The girls volleyball team won a 5th consecutive undefeated championship while winning a school record 38 straight league matches. Domination. And the dinghy sail team earned a berth in next week's national championship in San Diego for the first time in program history. Beyond those fresh milestones, familiar standard bearers maintained their excellence as the boys soccer, girls tennis, girls basketball, badminton, and boys and girls cross-country teams all secured league championships, while the sail team won their 2nd consecutive state championship. These achievements could not be realized without a dedicated, skillful, and supportive coaching staff. At this time, I ask all of my coaches to stand and be recognized. Winning feels good. It creates memories, it validates hard work, and it allows our community to celebrate each other together. And those are beautiful things. But at Stony Brook, athletics must transcend the field. Winning is a worthy pursuit, but the way you play in pursuit of victory matters far beyond the final score. It can be rich soil for the growth of your character. How do you face a challenge? How do you respond to adversity? How do you wear your success and withstand your failure? How well do you rely on others, and how dependable are you? Can you push yourself beyond what is comfortable for a collective goal? Like everything else at our school, athletics must point back to character. And because we understand that and strive for that, it allows us to relish our victories and look our opponent in the eye in defeat with an equal measure of pride. Stony Brook athletes fiercely seek victory, but in such a way that even if victory outruns us today, we've grasped something far more lasting in the process. That is why I love walking on the field with all of you every day. You're my team, and I couldn't be prouder of you. Yeah. Love you guys. We will now take time to honor some individuals who made this year in athletics such a special one. I will only be able to say about a dozen names, and I wish I could say many more. But if you do not hear your name called tonight, I want you to remember that your teammates could not be standing up here without your support and dedication. Your fingerprints are on these trophies, and I'm grateful for all of you. For those of you that will hear your names, remember to thank your teammates, your coaches, your loved ones who helped you reach for this achievement. The following are some of the oldest awards that we bestow as a school and represent the very best in achievement and contribution in athletics from the past year. They are voted upon by the varsity coaches of the Stony Brook School. The John Long Managers Award. Our recipient is as reliable as they come and has such an infectious personality that it cannot help but make an impact on the team's culture. For his incredible contribution to the boys varsity basketball team, it's my honor to present this award to Lemuel Kutami. The Clyde L. Mellinger Award. In a middle school that is full of outstanding athletes, these two rising freshmen made the greatest impact on their respective teams. Our female recipient earned 3 varsity letters and was named All-League in 3 track events. She is also ranked number 21 in the nation among 8th graders in the 400 meters. Our male recipient qualified for the Eastern Swimming Championships in 2 events, won a silver medal at the State Rowing Championships, and earned a berth at Rowing Nationals. These 2 athletes will be cornerstones of our athletic program for years to come. It is my honor to present this award to Scarlett Davey and James Wigington. The Thomas W. Brohard Wrestling Award for the bro who broed the hardest. Our recipient was a true leader for the wrestling squad this year through his uplifting attitude, consistent work ethic, and desire to train up his younger teammates. For his outstanding character and performance in varsity wrestling, it is my honor to present this award to Yinka Ashiru. Good job, bro. The Bear Blanket. The Bear Blanket is the ultimate award for consistency in and dedication to athletics at the Stony Brook School. Recipients must earn a total of 12 points through team participation and postseason recognition. It is my honor to present the Bear Blanket to Evelyn Apozidis, Lily Middlecoff, and Joseph Spreckles. The Marvin W. Goldberg Coaches Award is voted upon by the varsity coaches of the Stony Brook School, lending the recipient the admiration of his or her peers. This year's recipient demands a lot from his boys and holds a high standard that reveals a belief in their potential, not just as ball players, but as young men. This year, he led the baseball team into the state championship game, only the second team in the history of our school to earn that distinction. But our recipient will brush the accolades aside and tell you he's just trying to raise up young men of character and simply using baseball to do it. It is my honor to present this award to Mr. John Brewer. Come on. The Swanson Trophy for Superior Athletic Performance. In the storied history of our track and field program, that includes state, federation, and national champions, no athlete had ever won 2 individual crowns in a single state championship until this past Wednesday. At the Nice Ace Championships, our recipient charged to the 100-meter hurdle title in a school record time of 16.1 seconds to win the state title, then jumped 34 feet 11 inches in the triple jump to win a second gold. She added a runner-up finish in the high jump just for good measure. Whenever she spikes a volleyball or victoriously crosses the finish line, she captures our pride not merely through her incredible skill, but through the grace and joy she displays while competing at the highest level. It is my honor to present this award to Lily Keegan. Our male recipient had the rare opportunity to stare down the best of the best and draw from a reservoir of courage and skill to emerge victorious. In April, he shut down Phillips Andover Academy, the #1 ranked team in New England, limiting their vaunted offense to just 3 hits in a complete game shutout that fueled a 2-0 Bear victory. In doing so, he outdueled the #1 ranked pitcher in America for the class of 2023 and his 96-mile-per-hour fastball that is bound for Vanderbilt University, if not one of the top spots in next year's Major League Baseball draft. But you would miss something about our recipient if you merely looked at his box scores. He has a toughness, a grit, an indefinable quality about him that binds people together. He is an unquestioned leader on and off the field, and it is my honor to present this award to Jojo Franco. The Swanson Trophy for Best All-Around Athlete. This honor was first awarded in 1937 and is given to the best female and male all-around athletes in the school. Since she first stepped on campus as a 7th grader and earned 2 varsity letters, a League Rookie of the Year honor, and an All-League recognition, she announced to everyone that this award would one day be hers. She has been a mainstay for our volleyball team, earning All-League honors while helping the team to 4 straight undefeated league championships. She was the league MVP in basketball and powered the team to a regular season league title. And she was an all-league recipient in track, earning a medal in 2 state championship events. We're so happy we have her back for one more year. It is my honor to present this award to Neve Scanlon. All right. Yes, I like that. I'm going to use that for the blog. Our male recipient embodies what it means to be an all-around athlete. A captain in 3 sports and an all-league recipient in 2, his teams were always better for having him a part of them. He anchored a defense that paved the way for 3 straight league championships in soccer and was a constant for both the wrestling and lacrosse programs. He is a faithful leader, but of the rare kind that can make an impact without having to say much. He simply points the way for others through his work ethic, attitude, and actions. It is my honor to present this award to Joseph Spreckles. Who are you looking at? It's so hot up here. All right, almost there. The Bruce Finlay Vanderveer Award. This is our school's oldest athletic award, first presented in 1933 to honor the tragic passing of Bruce Vanderveer, class of 31, who remains a model for every Stony Brook student athlete 91 years after his graduation. Bruce would truly enjoy watching our recipient compete. Her desire to win burns brightly, but never obscures the model she sets as a true sportswoman who puts her teammates before herself and shows respect for her opponent no matter the outcome. For 4 years, she's been a vital piece of our soccer and lacrosse programs, this year achieving the 100-goal milestone in the latter. But her most lasting legacy will be the standard she reinforced, daily showing us what it means to be a Stony Brook athlete. It is my honor to present this award to Morgan Ruggieri. Bears, thank you for another memorable year.
Did you hear about the person who invented the door knocker? They won a Nobel Prize. Our Dean of Students, Dr. Tonya Detweiler, will now present the major school awards.
The Jane Taylor Community Service Award, awarded to a senior who exemplifies a commitment to community service. This year's recipient, Alexa Calvanese. The Laura J. Strom Class of '74 Brooker Award, awarded to one or more students who have best transitioned to life at Stony Brook. This year's recipients, Max Cow and Ore Ogunsina. The A.M. Kinney Jr. Class of '39 Endowed Award, awarded to 3 students who best exemplified the school's motto, character before career. This year's recipients are Emily Berger, Stephen Sizz, and Eowyn Jeffrey. The Robin Lorch Memorial Award, awarded to a senior or junior in appreciation for unselfish concern shown to classmates and for being a constructive influence within our school community. This year's recipient, Rukwe Alade. The O. Floyd Johnson Class of '32 Scholar Athlete Award, awarded for excellence in scholarship and athletics. This year's recipient, Sophia Arascu. The Augustitis Award, awarded in memory of Lieutenant John W. Augustitis, Class of '63, cum laude, whose record at Stony Brook bespoke reliability, strength, and loyalty, all in his quiet Christian faith. This award goes to a young man or woman in the cum laude society who most closely measures up to Lieutenant Augustitis's standards. The emphasis on this award is on deeds, exemplified by the fact that this award is endowed through Lieutenant Augustitis' own provision in setting aside a tithe from his Army insurance for SBS. This year's recipient, Laura Carey. The Senior Christian Leadership Award, awarded to the senior who has made the most significant contribution to the Christian life of the school. This year's recipient, Caroline Helmer. The Harrison Award, awarded to the boy and girl in the senior class who, because of positive leadership, academic achievement, athletic, and extracurricular contributions, have been the best all-around students in the senior class. This year's recipients, Tiffany Akinyade, and the male recipient, Tiger Winston. The Gabeline Award, awarded to the boy or girl who has exerted the best influence in the school. This year's recipient, Bobby Reuter. Next up is something very special. We have the United States Military Academy Foundation appointment presentation. I want to introduce the gentleman who will be coming up to give Bobby his appointment. This is Mr. Gabriel. He enlisted in the Army out of high school. He was offered an appointment after a year of service. He was a 1988 graduate of West Point. He served as an infantry officer in Germany. He was discharged from the Army in 1992. He joined the Suffolk County Police Department, where he currently serves as detective in the Financial Crimes Unit. He is married with 5 children, 1 who is currently at the Military Academy, and 2 who will be entering this fall with Bobby, and 2 who are studying criminal justice at Suffolk County Community College. Please welcome Mr. Gabriel.
Dr. Detweiler, thank you. Esteemed guests, family, friends, students, my name is Tom Gabriel. I'm honored to be here tonight representing my alma mater, the United States Military Academy at West Point. I currently serve as a Field Force representative for West Point's Field Force Admissions Program. The United States Military Academy's mission is to educate, train, and inspire the Corps of Cadets so that each graduate is a commissioned leader of character committed to the values of duty, honor, country, and then prepared for a career of professional excellence and service to the nation as an officer in the United States Army. I would like you to meet one of your classmates who you all know very well, who is stepping up to accept this challenge of the West Point mission and an academic scholarship valued over $450,000. Would Bobby Reuter please join me up on the stage. This year, approximately 13,000 young men and women applied for admission to West Point. About 1,200 of the top candidates received an appointment after demanding and lengthy application process. I had the opportunity and the honor to attend and graduate from West Point. Many of my classmates have risen to the ranks of general officer. In fact, my former roommate just retired after 32 years of service as a brigadier general. So I feel comfortable in saying that I know the qualities that West Point looks for in one of its cadets and future Army officers. And Bobby, without a shadow of a doubt, possesses these qualities and attributes. West Point alumni honor the commitment of the young men and women who have decided to dedicate their lives in service to our nation and follow in the footsteps of so many great Americans. We entrust that they will carry forward the values, honor, traditions, and professionalism instilled in our cadets throughout our 200-year history. West Point cadets undergo rigorous, mandatory physical training, leadership development, and moral ethical training to develop those attributes necessary to become a commissioned officer and a leader of character as an active duty Army officer serving our country, our soldiers, and our Army. So in a few short weeks, Bobby will begin a 47-month journey, the same journey taken by Ulysses S. Grant, General Blackjack Pershing, General Douglas MacArthur, General Dwight D. Eisenhower, and General Norman Schwarzkopf. That very same journey that will culminate in a commission as an officer and an opportunity to lead soldiers. During this journey, he will learn first to follow. He will learn that team is greater than self. He will be pushed beyond his comfort zone. He will develop his own individual leadership style in a demanding place that is unquestionably the world's premier leadership institution. Upon successful completion of West Point's program, Bobby will be entrusted with responsibility of leading your sons, your daughters, in very hostile environments around the world. He will be charged with their training, their morale, their spiritual development, their welfare, and for their success and safety as they execute the Army's missions worldwide. It is important in these trying times that we all realize the magnitude of the responsibility that Bobby is undertaking. And we know that he has the ability to succeed in this mission. I am confident that Bobby will do great at West Point. I know that his family, friends, and community are already very proud of him. The members of the Long Gray Line stand beside you during your West Point journey and beyond. At West Point, we have a saying, much of the history we teach was made by the people we taught. We are excited to see what awaits Bobby in the class of 2026 as they take their place in West Point and American history. So Bobby, on behalf of the President of the United States and Lieutenant General Darrell Williams, Superintendent of the United States Military Academy, it gives me great pleasure to present you with this certificate appointment to the West Point class of 2026. And the one closing thing, and I want to make sure this isn't meant to offend anybody who's of the Navy persuasion, but Bobby will soon learn that there is one saying that we always say at West Point at the end of any type of speech or any type of ceremony, and that is, go Army, beat Navy. Thank you very much.
Do you want this, Bobby? Kind of seemed like you might have wanted it. I don't know. There's only 3 more jokes, guys. Only 3 more jokes. What do you call a boat filled with graduates, a scholarship. The next part of our program this evening is a slideshow dedicated to our seniors. After the video, our current senior class president, Sophia Arascu, will address the audience. So please turn your eyes to the screen.
Once upon a younger year, when all our shadows disappeared, the animals inside came out to play. Went face to face with all our fears, learned our lessons through the tears, made memories we knew would never fade. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away. He took me in his arms, I heard him say, when you get older, your wild heart will live for younger days. Think of me if ever you're afraid. He said one day you'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. My father told me. Light a fire they can't put out, carve your name into those shining stars. He said go venture far beyond the shores, don't forsake this life of yours. I'll guide you home no matter where you are. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away. When I was just a kid I heard him say, when you get older your wild heart will live for younger days. Think of me if ever you're afraid. He said one day you'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. My father told me.
life leaves you high and dry, I'll be at your door tonight if you need help, if you need help. I'll shut down the city lights, I'll lie, cheat, I'll beg and bribe to make you well, to make you well. When enemies are at your door, I'll carry you away from more if you need help, if you need help. Your hope dangling by a string, I'll share in your suffering to make you well, to make you well. Give me reasons to believe that you would do the same for me, and I will do it for you, for you. Baby, I'm not moving on, I'll love you long after you're gone. Sleep alone, I'll love you long after you're gone, and long after you're gone, gone, gone. When you fall like a statue, I'm gonna be there to catch you, put you on your feet, you on your feet. And if your well is empty, not a thing will prevent me. Tell me what you need, what do you need? I surrender honestly. You've always done the same for me, so I will do it for you, for you. Baby, I'm not moving on, I'll love you long after you're gone. For you, you will never sleep alone, I'll love you long after you're gone, and long after you're gone, gone, gone. You're my backbone, you're my cornerstone, you're my crutch when my legs stop moving. You're my head start, you're my rugged heart, you're the pulse that I've always needed. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, my heart never stops beating for you, for you. Baby, I'm not moving on, I'll love you long after you're gone. For you, you will never sleep alone, I'll love you long after you go. For you, baby, I'm not moving on, I'll love you long after you're gone. For you, you will never sleep alone, I'll love you long, long after you go. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, my heart never stops beating for you. And long after you're gone, 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 I'll love you long after you're gone, gone, gone.
Hello, everyone. Before I start, I just wanted to say thank you to Mr. Lingle and Carson Tech and all the seniors who submitted pictures, because I thought that was really beautiful. Made me a little bit emotional. But anyways, my name is Sophia Raskew, as Mr. Lingle just introduced me, and I had the privilege and the honor of serving as the class president for the class of 2022. Some people have heard me speak a bunch of times this week already, so I promise I'll keep it short. I know some of you are probably tired of my voice by now, and it's a little bit sore from prom last night. So, if I were to ask you what kind of person you wanted to be, I think I'd get answers like compassionate, patient, understanding, and kind. At the beginning of the year, I made a bucket list of things to do before I graduate from Stony Brook. Things I've never done before, but things that I thought I would need to do in order to have the full Stony Brook experience. Things like join a Bible study, participate in some kind of challenge, attend one of each of the student union's events, and watch a JV sports game. While for a majority of the year I had forgotten about this list, some of my favorite memories came from it. Watching the girls' JV volleyball team win the PSA championship, gathering with probably half the school to watch the boys' final JV soccer game. Don't worry, guys, they'll get them next year. Going to the Black Student Union Savoy Ballroom, and so many more amazing memories. But what really stood out to me was the Bible study I joined this past trimester with Mr. Hickey and Mrs. Liu. I really joined it on a whim. I had no idea what I was walking into, but I thought I should give it a try. In our Bible study, we learned about pain and its importance. We learned not what it does to us, but what it does for us. Remember that list of qualities you wanted to be? Well, all of that comes from pain. Whatever you believe, whether it's my God, your God, some magical force, I believe this pain causes us to grow. If we didn't experience the things that we did, would we know how to comfort someone who just failed a test? Would we know how to support someone who's struggling with their relationships? If we had never been hurt, we would never be able to help. At Stony Brook, you will be hurt in one way or another. Parents, I know you know that to be true. It's not easy being a student here, but as you continue on your journeys, just know that the pain you go through is for a reason. It will make you a stronger, kinder person and a better leader. We've all been told that we are the leaders of tomorrow, but what if that's not true? What if we're the leaders of today? At Stony Brook, we're all equipped with the tools to be the best observers, thinkers, and learners anywhere we go. You have the potential for greatness. I have seen you be amazing already, and at such a young age, and I know there's so much more to come. Those of you who have gotten to know in the middle school, you know who you are. You inspire me every day. You can change not just this school, but the world. It won't be easy, but it'll be worth it. My parting advice to you all is to face your challenges head on. Get out of your comfort zone and be fearlessly bold. If it's always easy, you won't grow. When you're having a bad day, stop and wonder what this could be doing for you, how it may not be so bad after all. Maybe it'll surprise you. Stony Brook is a place that can offer you many things. I challenge you to try something new here. Go to different events. Student leaders work really hard putting them together. Get your first bubble tea or cup of druthers when you're allowed to have caffeine. Try a Bible study, or even just talk to a new friend. Maybe these things will lead you to places you'll love. I don't want to leave Stony Brook without thanking the adults who have made my time here amazing. I'm going to name just a few people, so please bear with me. Mr. Bacher, Mr. Barber, Mr. Brumler, Mr. Altug, Mr. Hickey, Mrs. Stortz, Mr. Isamora, Mrs. Davey, Mr. Byrne, Dr. Tejan, Dr. Stone, Mrs. Stone, Mrs. Steele, Mr. Hardison, Mrs. Cannon, Mr. Johnson, Mrs. Liu, and especially Mrs. Laura Donlevy. Your kindness, grace, mercy, and wisdom have pushed me and my peers to become better students, athletes, leaders, and overall better humans. I wish you all the best throughout your next years at Stony Brook, or whatever life holds for you next. Thank you so much for listening to me and for changing my life. I'll miss you all. Thanks.
Thank you, Sophia. I also want to thank Mr. Bruce Jeffrey and the many student photographers who helped take the pictures that were included in tonight's slideshow. Let's give them a round of applause. What kind of tree does a math teacher climb? Geometry. Our head prefect, Bobby Reuter, will now give his final address before introducing next year's head prefect, Lily Keegan, who will conduct our moving up ceremonies.
Hello, everyone. We're almost there. We just want to take a quick moment to summarize all the things that we've done this year, and then to look forward to next year before we conclude today and we all proceed with our moving up ceremonies. And when I was thinking about what I was going to write for the speech, something struck me from the other day. I was talking to a faculty, and something they said really stood out to me. And they said that a trademark or a signature quality of a Stony Brook student was someone who goes out and draws people in a way that builds community, both big and small. They recognize this as something that sticks out about the students that go here. And as I thought about this, I was struck by how powerful this quality really is. And when I think back on this year, I really saw that community building theme put into action. As we came out of a time of restrictions and isolation during the pandemic and into our centennial year, that is exactly what we needed from our students, community builders. As we faced loss, we rallied around each other. As we reestablished activities and traditions, the joy and vibrance returned with ease. As we dealt with classes fully back to normal, our community supported each other as we went through some stressful transitions. While there were things that we lost during COVID that needed to be added back structurally, which we did, there was also things that needed to be added back within the spirit of the Stony Brook community. And without hesitation, this student body came together and reestablished a vibrant Stony Brook community in its centennial year, unlike I've ever seen before. When put to the test, Stony Brook students truly proved that they were community builders. While the Stony Brook community physically here on 1 Chapman Parkway is amazing, what really makes this school special is that they focus on character. And a person's character is something that sticks with them wherever they go. The prefect board focused our school vision this year around the concept of what we mean by character when we say our motto, character before career. We wanted to encourage the student body to not just talk about what character is, but to challenge them to put it into action. And we were blown away by how this centennial student body stepped up to that mark and displayed for the school community and the community around it what it truly means to be men and women of character. Each month, we focused on a different fruit of the Spirit. We looked at love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And through this, I was amazed at how well our student body showed these qualities. As we close this year, I encourage you all to recognize the power of having a strong character and of being a community builder. There are people that close themselves off, that think that their lives are focused on whatever they can bring to benefit just themselves. But Stony Brook students are open, they're inclusive. They seek to foster community and to serve those around them humbly and out of love. Whether it's from a Sevs run with friends, all the way to supporting a friend through a tough point in life, Stony Brook people are in connection with those around them. The remarkable thing about community building is, yes, of course, it is still important to have those groups of people in those communities here on this campus, but your character and your community building skills are going to truly be seen when you leave Stony Brook. This is where you will have the opportunity to lead and show people the type of person that you are. So as we end this year, and as some of us go into our summers, and seniors, as we say goodbye to the school, I encourage you all to think about this community building aspect of your character. It doesn't require a ton of work, but rather it's centered around the little decisions you make throughout your day. Decisions to think outside of yourself or to live in a certain way that stands out. I encourage you all to continue to do what you have done throughout this whole year. Be people who are intentional, who bring a vibrant, joyful, personal community wherever they go, that attracts other people into themselves to form groups that feel safe, comfortable, in a way that produces trust, that will produce lifelong bonds and communities. Don't just fit the mold of wherever you go, but know that you all are well-equipped leaders who are ready to go out there and serve the world around them, because that is what Stony Brook students do. That is what our 2021 to 2022 school year was centered around. The quality of the character of the students here and their remarkable ability to think outside of themselves and build community when we needed it most. On a personal note, I cannot be more thankful for my 6 years at Stony Brook, and I thank you all for making my time here such a special part of my life. And with that, I close the 2021 to 2022 school year. It is now my great honor and privilege to introduce to you the 51st head prefect of the Stony Brook School, Lily Keegan.
Hello, everyone. I am so grateful to have the privilege of serving as your head prefect next year. Before I begin outlining what's in store for the coming year, I want to thank Bobby, his prefect board, and all of the seniors here with us tonight for their incredible leadership and influential roles throughout our community. Each and every one of you has certainly left a mark, and we will surely miss you as you continue on, leaving your impact in many places outside of Stony Brook. Could the senior prefects please stand so we can give you one last thanks? The future is certainly bright, but I think that we can all agree that there were times this year that felt dark and difficult. Reaching the finish line was not easy, but we made it, and I'm so proud of us. Another race awaits us, though, as we come back again for the 2022 to 2023 school year, and as our seniors go off to college or wherever their next journey may be to start a new race. For me personally, this year was filled with many firsts. For the first time, I was the captain of my volleyball and track team. I took my first AP class, I learned how to lift weights for the first time, and I even learned some karate. Now, although I mentioned some really exciting firsts, I also had some not so fun ones as well. I failed a test for the first time, and I also had my first major injury during volleyball. In the coming days, months, and years, everyone in this room will continue to have firsts of their own. Some of these firsts will be pretty awesome, like learning karate, but some of these firsts will feel detrimental, like injury or failure. There will be times when you feel like we are walking on sunshine, and there will also be times when the sun doesn't seem to shine at all. I wish that I could promise that our coming year will simply be perfect, happy, and filled with sunshine and rainbows. But this is a promise I cannot make. What I can promise is that you will not run your race alone. Would the rising prefects board please stand? The prefect board's goal for the coming year is to give you the resources and outlets that you need to thrive. We want you to know and feel that you are not alone in this race and that we care about you. We want to celebrate your victories with you while also offering a shoulder for you to lean on whenever you may need. Our goal is to connect students and faculty with one another so that no one runs their race alone. I'm so excited to work with you guys. You guys can be seated. I will do everything in my power to help you through your race, but there is one thing that I'm going to ask of each of you. Whether you're a student, a family member, a friend, faculty, or future alumni, my request is that you make a choice. The choice to look at obstacles as burdens, inconveniences, and inescapable holes, or to look at obstacles as opportunities to grow, learn, and gain something positive from a negative situation. The Prefect Board is excited to use Psalm 139:14 as a basis for our year. It says, "I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, and I know that full well." It will be hard in the moment to realize that the things that hurt us now will build us up for tomorrow, but it is the hardships in our lives that shape who we are. I truly believe that there is something beautiful and meaningful in every single hardship, and I want to struggle alongside each of you, providing support, motivation, or whatever you may be needing to thrive. Yesterday and today are the building blocks for tomorrow. I am really looking forward to building our tomorrow together. Thank you, seniors, for helping build today. We are so excited to see you all build your tomorrow and are so grateful for the mark you have left with us. Now I get to hit the gavel. I'm so excited. Okay, it is with great joy that I mark the beginning of the 2022 to 2023 school year. Now, for the first time since 2019, we get to have our moving up ceremony here in Swanson all together.
Be seated, seniors. Rise, sophomores. Be seated, juniors. Rise, freshmen. Be seated, sophomores. Rise, 8th grade. Be seated, freshmen. Rise, 7th grade. Be seated, alumni.
Where do sharks go for summer vacation? Finland. It's funny because it's summertime and there's sharks. Before we close out this evening, I want to give a big thank you to people behind the scenes who have done an incredible amount of work preparing for this evening. First, I'd like to thank Ms. Deb Abramson, our registrar. Over there. And while tomorrow will be about our seniors, there are two people who are instrumental in pulling off graduation for us, Ms. Nancy Civitelli and Ms. Jackie Mahaley. I'd also like to thank Carson Tech, aka Swanson Tech, this evening. As we close up, we ask that our guests remain seated as our students recess out at the end of the ceremony. A few just reminders and things that are important to keep in mind. Commencement begins tomorrow at 11 a.m. here in Swanson. We thought about moving it outside last minute, just for fun, but it's supposed to rain. Seniors, what time should you be here? 9 a.m. right here in Swanson. Please come in your cap and gown. So as you're dressed tonight, I was looking right here, but it's back there. I was looking back here. So bring your cap as well. Boarders, you need to be in your dorms by, it says here there's a time it says on here, I don't believe that. Mr. Perney, what time do the boarders need to be in their dorms? 9:30. Okay. Be in your dorms for your dorm parties. Travel back in time. Yep. You've been overruled to 10 p.m. Sorry, 10 p.m. A little bonus time. Man, that feels good. 11 p.m. No, I'm just kidding. No, 10 p.m. Also, just for our seniors and all of our students in general, this has been a great year. It's been a great legacy that you're leaving here at Stony Brook, whether it's been over the course of 6 years or 1 year. You're in the final hours of that year. And so your legacy is in semi-wet cement right now, and you get to have it finalized in the next few hours, both in a positive and a negative way. So just be wise in the words that you say, the things you do. If there's some kind of grudge that you're holding, maybe get over that tonight somehow, so you're not holding it the summer. Not pointing any fingers or anything. Do you guys want one more joke? Did you guys hear about the cheese factory that exploded in France? There was nothing left but debris. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you. Seniors. Seniors, start us off. Seniors, hey, seniors. Clinton, back to your seat. Seniors. Yeah. Seniors, you go, seniors. Yeah.